It's not like you can control having your period. It's not like you can literally tell Mother Nature, hey, can you wait until like after dinner to come? No. Hey guys, it's Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. It is almost the end of the month, and there is one video I make every single month at the end of the month. Actually, there's two, but this is probably like my most anticipated one, and that is my period horror stories. Now, obviously, today, ironically enough, is Thanksgiving in America. I don't know when you're watching this, I don't know where you're watching this, but there's a relevancy to today's topic. So I usually do like Thanksgiving period horror stories, but you know, it's gonna be like the third year I would do that, and after reading through submissions and reading through your stories and your experiences, it's kind of like these are all a lot of the same period horror stories. Like, spoiler alert, it usually ends up with someone thinking period is cranberry sauce or something like that, right? I didn't want to make this episode completely just about Thanksgiving, so it is a mix of your period horror stories and some of your Thanksgiving horror stories sprinkled in there. So it's like a nice festive blend, I guess you could say, because obviously not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving either, so I feel like it's a happy medium for all of us. So I hope that's okay with you. And if you enjoyed these videos and you want to see more videos just like this, give us a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. Make sure to follow my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok so you haven't seen my videos, get a chance to be in them, and also get to be shout out of the day. Like I mentioned, I upload this video once a month every single month. I have a playlist on my channel. It's actually a new playlist called my period horror stories, and I also have my all about periods playlist as well. So if you want to see more, definitely subscribe for more. Now, before I officially get into this video, I do want to say it is the end of November right now. Vlogmas is coming up, and for the first time ever in my YouTube career, I'm doing Vlogmas this time where I upload every single day, once a day, leading up until Christmas. So that's 25 new videos for me back to back. Am I overwhelming myself? Absolutely, but like, go big or go home, right? Even though I am home, that's not the point here. So that being said, I'm gonna be doing a lot of my classic videos and a lot of just new content as well. If you like to be a part of that content, go to my YouTube community tab page. I have some forums up for that right now, and that's usually where you can find a lot of my submission forms for my videos as well. So definitely go check that out. And now go grab your snacks, go grab your tea, maybe you'll grab your pads and your tampons, and let's get into this. I got it in the middle of class, and of course, my dumbass decided not to wear underwear that day, so I was bleeding all over my khaki shorts. I continued bleeding like a person in a horror movie while in gym class, so I went to the nurse. They gave me underwear, pants, new socks, and called my mom. She picked me up and yelled at me for not wearing underwear. Ever since then, my mom won't live it down. Listen though, contrary to popular belief, actually you may know this, you may not, whatever, it's actually like really healthy to like go commando and not wear underwear and let your downstairs area breathe. But I'll tell you one thing, ever since I started getting a period and I started just having a period in general, I will never not wear underwear. And that is because I am the biggest paranoid ever. Like, my period can be regular as can be, and I can get it on the 5th day of every single month, and it'll last 7 days and 3 hours, and I will still be too paranoid to not wear underwear. I can't take that risk, but honestly, kudos to you for being able to take that risk. Just know that when you do take it, it might come with a little bit of red showers, so proceed with caution, but it's actually really healthy to sleep without underwear on, so take it as you will. I live in India, so it's pretty conservative. I was in class and hid my pad in my jacket. My teacher saw and thought it was drugs, so when I asked him to go to the bathroom, he said no. I said it was an emergency, and he still said no. I showed him the pad thinking he would understand because he had a wife. He snatched it and showed it to the entire class and said, "What is this illegal stuff?" And all the girls started laughing. We had to explain to him what a pad was. Imagine being a grown-ass man and thinking a pad was illegal drugs. How embarrassing, dude. And like, that's the problem, is people are so embarrassed and ashamed to talk about periods that people are out there thinking that period products are drugs. How are you gonna have a whole wife and not know what a pad looks like? Teach. I think you need to be taught some things before you try and teach a class. He's over here thinking, I'm gonna teach my students not to do drugs, to stay away from these, and it's like, no, you're telling your students to stay away from a freaking pad right now, dude. Sit this one out. I had my period during Thanksgiving dinner. I stood up with blood all over me, and my family told me that I ruined Thanksgiving for all of them. Excuse me? I'm sorry? Question mark? How does you getting your period ruin everyone else's Thanksgiving? I'm sorry. If anyone's Thanksgiving is ruined, it's mine, because I just bled, totally not prepare. My clothes are stained. I'm sitting here with blood all over me, and you're gonna get mad at me? The disrespect. Listen, at that point, like, I wouldn't even even be ashamed if some period blood accidentally got on their cranberry sauce. Two can play that game. You want me to really ruin your Thanksgiving? Because I will. Don't test me, Grandma. It's not like you can control having your period. It's not like you can literally tell Mother Nature, hey, can you wait until like after dinner to come? No. I asked my teacher if I could go to the bathroom and she said yes. As I was walking out the door, I heard my crush laughing. He had pointed out to everyone that I had bled through my white jeans and onto the chair. My teacher was actually laughing with them, making fun of me. Dude, it's one thing for your crush to laugh at you. And I feel like that's something that you can just easily get over and be like, okay, you obviously suck. You're not a good crush. Time to find a new one, right? But your teacher? That's supposed to be an adult. They're supposed to have your back and you're laughing at me. Now, if that teacher, wait, is the teacher a female? Hold up. She said yes. So you're telling me the teacher is a woman who also has a vagina and also has a period, has had, I don't know, and she is still laughing? Listen, I'm just saying, I only hope that the universe works its magic and karma comes back around and that teacher gets an accident in class and suddenly she's bleeding in her white jeans and we all get to laugh at the teacher. That's so messed up. When adults make fun of kids having periods, it's like, what? I want to switch classes, switching crushes and switching teachers, say less. I didn't get mine. I got a baby instead. Wow, this one wins. This is officially the biggest period horror story. I'm so sorry, sis. My mom called my teacher right before an exam and started telling her all these details like my daughter's having a heavy flow, just make sure she's wearing a pad. Thank you. I'm 16. I've had periods for 3 years now. That's intense. I get it if it's like your first period. Maybe if it's like your second or your third period. Like if you're in like 6th grade and it's the first time you're ever experiencing a period, but if you're like a junior in high school, like you're 16 years old, you're almost like an adult about to graduate high school, be on your own in the world, and mom is still calling your teacher to make sure you're wearing a pad. Mom, please. In a way, it's really sweet that mom cares, but maybe mom cared a little too much right now. I was sitting on the table talking to my cousin when I bled through. She told me and we ran to the bathroom to get a pad. During dinner, my uncle, her dad, saw it and thought it was smeared cranberry sauce. He wiped it off and licked his finger. He said it tasted funky and me and my cousin lost it. Did I call that or what? But also, I can't feel bad for the uncle. Yes, he did lick period blood, but I don't feel bad for him because he licked a random suspicious liquid. He literally just saw something on the table and instead of wiping it with a paper towel like a normal freaking person, he decides to stick his finger in it and then stick that in his mouth. You deserve whatever that weird suspicious liquid is because clearly kind of did it to yourself, dude. So you enjoy that funky cranberry / period sauce, uncle, and maybe you'll learn not to do that again. I leaked on a chair because my teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. Then she sat on the chair I bled on but didn't notice. She had blood on her butt the entire day and no one told her. I'm not saying like this is karma, but this is karma and Teach deserved it. I never understood why we had to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. That's such like a barbaric thing to do. Like, I gotta go pee and I have to ask you if it's okay with you for me to pee? All right, I'll just bleed on everything you own in this classroom. That's totally fine. My grandma was in the middle of saying grace when she stopped and pointed at my chair. She started yelling at me that it was rude of me to purposely bleed all over her chair when I didn't even know my period had started that month. Hold up. I'm sorry, did grandma say it's rude for you to purposely bleed on my chair? Grandma, I don't know if you remember what it was like to have a period. I know it's been a minute since you've had your period, you know, but I guess you forgot that you don't purposefully get to bleed. It just happens. You have no control over it, no permission. There's no way to hold it in. She just flows wherever the heck she wants. So grandma, you better sit down before I throw this cranberry in your face. I walked into the girls' bathroom and there was a pad that was stuck on the ceiling and it fell on my head. I couldn't shower and had to go through the rest of the day with the blood on my head. Also, I had pee at the end of the day, so that was sweaty, bloody, and just very, very disgusting. Sweetie, like, listen, you are too good of a person to have stayed. Whether or not someone could pick me up early, I was not gonna be at school with period blood on my head, especially period blood that did not belong to me. I'm walking home, I'm taking an Uber home, I'm biking home, I'm stealing someone's bike. I'm just getting out of there ASAP. Even if it's just sitting outside the school hiding until someone can pick me up. I'm just not gonna be in class with blood on my head and then going to pee and getting sweaty too. Absolutely not. Like, literally show me the hose at school and I will hose myself down and I'll go to class soaking wet. That's totally fine. I was hesitant to go to the school nurse because he was a male, so I just used toilet paper as a makeshift pad. In gym that day, we had to run a mile. I ended up leaking through. My teacher sent me to the school nurse because he thought I had broke my vagina, and the school nurse took me to the principal and got me suspended for 2 weeks for being inappropriate in front of classmates. How? Please enlighten me and explain to me how someone is being inappropriate in front of classmates for getting their period and bleeding. There's just so many things wrong with this, and I'm just saying, I would have brought my mom, my mom's mom, my mom's 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 mom, and we are gonna take down that school board march and the school board. We're gonna destroy all of them because you're not about to suspend me for having a period. Because again, something I can't control, that's just what my body does. When my uterus wants to shed, my uterus sheds. Literally cannot control something that just biologically happens to our bodies. I don't know how that's inappropriate. Like, if you hate women, just say you hate women. Or I guess if you hate menstruators, because you might not identify as a woman, and that's okay too. I got my first period a couple days before Thanksgiving, and on Thanksgiving we were going around and seeing what we were thankful for. And my mom said, I'm thankful that my daughter is a woman now, in front of all of my extended family. Everyone was very quiet after that. If there is one thing mom's gonna do is, mom is gonna tell everyone and their mother and their best friend and their sister and their best friend's brother's boyfriend that you got your period. Literally the first time I ever got my period, my mom was immediately like, oh my god, 2 seconds later on the phone telling everyone I got my period. Why? I don't know. Not ashamed to say that you have your period, you know, but it's also like, girl, that ain't everybody's business. I think it's just a mom thing. When I first started my period, I was too scared to tell anyone, so I used toilet paper for almost the whole thing and bled through almost every pair of pants that I wore that week. This is so sad because it's so common, but hear me out. No matter what, even if it's your first period, you've never experienced it, you're very confused, you're even a little bit ashamed, embarrassed, please don't be. Try your hardest not to be, because this is something that is natural and it is something that just happens to our bodies. So that being said, don't suffer through it. Like, don't go through all of your underwear and just bleed through all of your pants and all that, when it could be so simple as to just telling someone that you confide in, hey, I have my period, could you help me get supplies? It doesn't even have to be your parents if you don't feel comfortable. It could be like an older sibling. It could even be like a best friend or a teacher or a guidance counselor that you really trust and like. Even ask your friends. Maybe your friends already got their periods and they have supplies, you know, just don't suffer in silence. Like, you really don't have to. Do not be ashamed, and don't be afraid to ask for help either. One time in 5th grade, me and a few of the girls saw a used tampon in the toilet. One of the girls said to flush it, but I said we shouldn't because I know they aren't supposed to be flushed. So one of the girls took it out of the toilet and said, here, do you want it then? And threw it in my face. I'm not a violent person. You know, contrary to what you may believe, I'm not really that violent of a person. If someone threw a used bloody tampon that they just scooped from the toilet at my face, that face is about to come off, and that face is gonna end up in the toilet, and that face is gonna get flushed. That is disgusting. And if you should get suspended for anything related to a period, it should be for beating the girl that threw a dirty period product at your face. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Also, I know this girl just got a dirty tampon to the face, but like the other homegirl literally went and stuck her hand in the toilet and just pulled out a bloody tampon. Disgusting. The first time I tried to use a tampon, I didn't push it up far enough, so my mom said just push it a little more, then I fainted. It's really not that bad to use a tampon. The thing about using a tampon for the first time is you won't get it right the first time, and if you do, you must be like a god or something, because it's not very difficult, but like when you first do it, you're kind of like, oh my god, what's going on? And that's totally normal and totally okay. I actually have a video that I'd say makes using tampons a little bit easier. It's literally how to use a tampon and how to insert it the right way. I think it's a very in-depth video, not to toot my own horn, so if you're struggling with tampons but you would like to know, definitely go check out that video. And just remember, if you're using a tampon for the first time, don't be stressed out. Try to calm yourself, because if you're nervous, you're gonna clench up down there and you're gonna make it more difficult to try, and also try not to faint. And also, if mom says push it farther, you know, push it at your own, what's the term I'm looking for? At your own mercy? No. At your own pace. If you don't feel comfortable pushing it, don't, you know. Try another time. My grandma was cooking the turkey and my sister left her tampon on the bench, so my grandma put the tampon in the turkey thinking it was stuffing. I have a lot of questions and I don't necessarily know if I'm ready for them to be answered, but I guess my first question here is, was this a new tampon or dirty used tampon? If it was a dirty used tampon, why did sis just leave her dirty used tampon just out and about on the kitchen bench? In the kitchen. Like, it's one thing to leave a dirty tampon out and about in a room, in any room, but the kitchen specifically, that's disgusting. You know, if it's clean, oh, silly grandma, you know, grandma can't see that well. She just thought it was stuffing, but if it was like bloody, then like grandma, and that is the last Thanksgiving dinner we're ever having as a family. So basically what we have learned today is people suck. Looking at you, teachers and all you school employees, to be extra careful this Thanksgiving season, this holiday season in general, you know. If you leak, immediately try and clean it up. Don't let your family members try to eat it thinking it's cranberry sauce. Don't let grandma stuff the turkey with tampons. Didn't think I'd ever have to say that one, but alas, here we are. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you have your own period horror stories that I didn't get to read this time, but you would like to share them with us, definitely feel free to do that in the comments. Also, if you end up having any period horror stories this Thanksgiving or whenever you're watching this, please come back and share it with us. And here's to hoping you don't have to, but if it happens, we would like to know. But anyways, shout out of the day goes to Claire on Instagram. Thank you so much. If you would like to be shout out of the day, just follow me on my Instagram and stay active. Like I mentioned, I upload a video just like this, period horror stories, every single month at the end of the month. So it happens once a month like a period. And you can go binge all of my episodes in my period horror stories playlist, and you can check out more period videos in my all about periods playlist. So that one includes like hacks for school, tips, tricks, how to shave down there. I also have like a girl talks playlist, lots of bingeable, informational, relatable content on this channel. So if you want to see more, definitely subscribe for more and get ready for Vlogmas. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.